Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. Today we're looking at this, which is the Overland knife. This is coming to us from TJ Schwarz, and he's done some designs for like CRKT and some other companies. He reached out to me and said, hey, you interested in checking out one of these knives? I said, absolutely. First thing I'll tell you is that it's just a slick looking design. Second thing I'll tell you is the steel is CPM Magnacut. So definitely a very nice steel, high-end steel, thin profile for this. Here's the sheath that mine came in. You can basically customize this with a lot of different options for the coating, this color on the blade, the color on the handles, color on your sheath. I went with a lot of coyote and then black on my hardware there. So just a slick looking knife. I'll roll in a photo here. I was out doing some foraging with this knife, and yeah, I mean, it came razor sharp. It still is razor sharp, and slick little, not little, but slick, like medium sized kind of belt knife. It's definitely not your standard style for a belt knife as far as, you know, the contour of the handle, the look of the blade, but really cool knife. Simple, sleek design that works well. Good lock-in for the Kydex sheath. You can see lots of options for attaching it. There's your clip on the back. One thing I do like about these clips is I was wearing basically like athletic shorts when I was out in the woods, and because this is snug in the way it rests, I was able to wear this on my athletic shorts without it kind of falling all over the place. It certainly will run over a belt as well, but if I'm wearing athletic shorts, I don't have to change into a pair of jeans if I'm going out into the woods to carry this knife. So that's nice. I'll give you the details on the knife here, and then we're going to show you what it looks like in use. Like I said, I have used it a bit already, but cool knife from a cool designer. All right, some of your details: 8.5 inches from end to end, 3.8 inches for your blade length, and 0.14 inches for your thickness. 0.5 inches for your thickness right here in the handle, 61 to 62 for your Rockwell hardness, and it is a flat grind. Looks like I got some glitch up there on the knife. Now, fully customizable, and I'm gonna roll in the photos here so you can see the different colors for your blade, for your handle, for your hardware, all that different stuff. I went with very earth tones, as you can see, and then I obviously went with a bright orange sheath. And part of that for me was just like if I'm out in the woods and, you know, the knife and the sheath fall off my pants, my pack, whatever it is, easier for me to locate. But very customizable when it comes to all the different colors. The only steel he's currently offering is that CPM Magnacut at this time. Maybe he'll offer other options in the future, but an excellent steel, you know, probably from what you know of it and from what I know of it as well. Never used Magnacut before. I've used other, you know, high-end steels, but this is, I think, the first time I've ever used anything with the Magnacut steel. So a couple of thoughts after some initial use, and then we're going to put it into use here on camera. Like I said, thin profile, very slim profile, thin. For me, I like the very neutral handle. For the size of this knife, it allows me to lock in nicely. It doesn't have a huge, the angle there is pretty, it's not a strong angle. It's kind of a shallow angle for you to lock your hand in. But between that locking in there, my finger, and then my thumb on top for the jimping, which I would call between mild and aggressive. It's not super aggressive, but it's definitely, you're gonna lock in there, good control like that, right? So I was out foraging. I was cutting through things like Japanese knotweed and some nettle. And so I'd basically, with the gloved hand, hold the nettle and then slice at the bottom of it. And this thing was going through, it was like butter. It was like butter. So very, very smooth. It is like I said, a smaller blade. For some people, they're like, no, I'm gonna want a bigger blade in the outdoors. I can go the full range. I like a big hefty blade like an SE hungless. I like something small like the SC, I think it's called the CR 2.5, and blades in between. So depends on kind of how I'm feeling for the day with a knife. This can definitely be used as an outdoor knife, a utility knife. If you EDC a fixed blade, it's definitely a reasonable size for that. Not even 4 inches for your blade length, but just a solid knife overall. Comfortable in hand, like I said. I would say the handles are, I wouldn't call them slick, but I would call them smooth. Not a ton of texturing. I do think adding a little lanyard, throw a couple knots in there, it'll kind of lock the backside of your hand in as you grab onto the knife and use it. But it's been solid for me so far. And again, it's just, the thing that stands out to me is A, the steel, and then B, the unique style. It's just kind of a different look for maybe an outdoor knife compared to some of the other ones that you or I have used over the years. The little slicing here. Yeah, I mean, as soon as this thing cuts in, immediately. You can just tell. Yeah, it is just, it's not only functional, but it's fun to use. Now this is pretty nicely dried wood when it comes to making feather sticks, and I had a good angle to start with there, or to make feathers, I should say. Just how nicely it cuts, how nicely it slices. So I was using that standard kind of hammer grip. I'm gonna shift and put my thumb on top of the jimping there. Feels like even more control as soon as you do that. I don't think we're gonna get a spark off the spine here. Not a 90-degree angle. But even just some quick cuts like this, you can see how nicely it does. Did a little more work off camera. A little bit more utility type work. Just cutting through some cardboard. This has got a little bit damp because it's been outside here. But you can see, nice smooth cut there. Cuts nicely. Try over here. Like I said, it's damp. And once you get into that cardboard, it slices through. Do a little notching here into this wood. What was that?
Okay.
All right, guys, we're back here to wrap up talking about the Overland. You can probably hear some construction off in the distance. They're clearing out some of the forest kind of off in the distance there. So anyhow, let's talk about the steel. So CPM Magnacut, I did some research on it. I put a link down below in the description section if you want more information about the steel. There's a lot to learn there. I mean, it's a very long article, but basically it's just a full description of what a great steel it is. And yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be something that we'll see more and more in the days ahead, but a super popular steel, but a super effective steel, keeps a great edge. And yeah, I mean, the edge retention is awesome. They compared it actually to a 1095 I.C.E. And talked about the dings and the dents that the I.C.E. gets versus this one just holds up better. So price point for this is going to be at $260. So let's remember, you're paying for a high-end steel, you're paying for somebody to basically individually make these, and you're also paying for all the customizable features. Again, I got lots of coyote in mine, and then I got the bright orange, and as you saw earlier in the video, lots of ability for you to choose how you want it to be designed. So is that for everybody? No. If you're like, I just want a big survival knife, my recommendation always is, if you don't want to spend the money for an I.C.E., buy a Rat 7, buy a Rat 5, great survival knives. If you want something more unique, something basically, you know, it's going to be worked on individually by the designer, by the maker, with a high-end steel and a unique look and style, I think this is one worth checking out. This is going to be, to me, it's one of those buy once, cry once things. So you're going to invest the money and you're going to have this for a long time. I posted a picture of this on Instagram the other day. Somebody mentioned it looks good for food prep too, which I think is very true based on kind of the angle of the handle. You know, you'll be able to chop up onions and peppers and all those type of things. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm always looking for new, unique styles and designs, and this one is definitely one of those. So to me, a solid, compact, unique belt knife for the outdoors. You're going to have to invest the money up front, but I think this is going to be a lifelong lifelong tool that you'll have. So let's get the comments and discussion started now in the comment section. Links down below to the website where you can pick up the Overland, and also check out some other work done by TJ Schwarz. All right, let's get the discussion started now. All right, guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.